Morning, everyone. Welcome to racing. Good morning, Roy.
Morning, Bill. Spring is in the air.
It is indeed. And Roy, was the end of the season last week, of course, but because you weren't here, we didn't bother to congratulate the top jockeys. We thought that was your job.
Oh, right.
So Michael Clark and Stephen King, this is their chance.
Yes, once again, Michael, 3 premiership wins now. Young Stephen King, the young boy we've been speaking a lot of on this show, an up-and-coming young boy, and a great achievement at a very early age, and a very, very astute young man. And once again, Colin Hayes well to the fore.
Well, there they are, and let's hope that it's going to be another great season for them. I'm sure it will. Let's check the results of the early races on the program yesterday. The steeple, Steppenwolf successful. Fermi looked like winning when it toppled over and unfortunately had to be destroyed. And Lenny Morn broke a collarbone, I think, Roy.
Yes, he was taken to hospital and he unfortunately broke his collarbone. Well, Fermi really looked as though it was probably going to win. Typical Lenny Morn ride. He looked to have timed his run to perfection, but twice in a row now, bang, and unfortunately had to be put down.
Surreal is 11 to 8 on favourite, the first good thing of the new season. Went under after leading to Inhibit and Imperial Tango third. Punters got it back in the third probably when the hot favourite Blame just got to the line. 5 to 4 on from Chevelle Jouer and Nina Bonita in third placing.
I think a few of the punters who jumped in and took the short odds about Blame were a bit like Harry White at around about the 200-metre mark. Harry put his foot on the accelerator and there was no one home. I think Panning Stations hit, but ability prevailed. Very strong filly with a future definitely. You had to like the way she finished the race off.
Race 4, first leg of the quadrella, and the favourite here was Marshall.
Straight they race, Street Ruffian a neck in front, but Marshall went up on the outside to grab him. Mimetic Star back on the inside, 3 or 4 further back. Cludos as Marshall runs to the front now, and at the 200-metre mark, Marshall going for home, kicked a length and a half in front of Street Ruffian, Mimetic Star, and running on fairly well down the middle is Folkestone Hero, but Marshall 2 lengths in front of Street Ruffian. Folkestone Hero's coming home well, but Marshall looks to have a winning break. Tango Master getting home late, but Marshall getting a little weary. He'll get the money. Marshall by 2.5 to Folkestone Hero. Street Ruffian third.
Marshall 5 to 2 favourite from the 15 to 1 chance Folkestone Hero and Street Ruffian at 9.
He was just too good, Marshall. His ability to sit up on the pace, ridden a very heady race by young Damien Oliver. He's a promising horse. I think Lee Friedman's got ideas of going on to races like the Moonee Valley Stakes and Caulfield Guineas, and he's a horse that has the ability, he can race handy, which is an enormous advantage, and he set up outside the lead yesterday. He was just too good.
The next race in the card, and we saw Placid Ark's replacement possibly, Dark Bow, come over from the west with a big reputation. Here's how 3UZ's Brian Martin saw the finish.
3 lengths to Acid Print, getting out and down the middle then is Dark Bow from Silver Scout. Benbara King took the lead of the 200-metre mark from Acid Print. Coming out after then Silver Scout, followed for the back by Dark Bow. Benbara King in front with about 100 to go, getting a little weary. Dark Bow and Acid Print are pegging it back on the inside. Benbara King a neck in front, maybe holding them now. Yes, it's coming away. Benbara King a length and a half, Dark Bow. Third home is Acid Prince and
20 to 1 Benbara King. The favourite Dark Bow 3 to 1 was beaten but didn't seem to lose anything.
No, I liked its run, Bill. I think coming over here from Perth, their training schedules have been a little bit interrupted with the facilities at Flemington. That's very wet out there at present, and you would have thought probably at around about the 100-metre mark that he was going to grab Benbara King, and it did appear as though his run had finished just near the line. I think we can look for a lot of improvement. Speaking to very knowledgeable men from Perth, they are adamant this horse is a top horse, and I think we can hang on to that on that run yesterday and look for him at his next start.
The long-distance race in the program, and Prince of Ear was the favourite.
Loricado, Lord Lonsdale, Ragatan gets a run. Lord Delamere joins in, then Hussars picking further back, Prince of Villa and Cosign giving them a big start, but Ragatan with that run through the field, burst through. Ragatan shot 3 in front of Warricado and Lord on the outside, Lord Delamere, then Hussars picking Prince of Villa, but Ragatan with the rails run, racing away. And Ragatan's going to canter in. Ragatan down to the judge about 5 lengths. Second, very tight here, it's Warricado or Prince of Villa.
Good win, Ragatan. It was in a little bit of trouble during the running of the race.
Yes, it got a couple of checks along the back and got a long way back, was amongst the tail enders, but a very good ride from young Carmichael, bringing up 2 wins for the day. He's apprenticed to George Hanlon. He barely went round a horse. Now, that's something they don't do a lot at Sandown. Sandown's a track where a lot of the boys like to get out into the open, but he persevered, and just have a look at the result. It annihilated him.
Our Silver Jan, one of the top picks in an open race, it's the grey.
Silver Jan coming into it quickly now from Gilder, and then Classic Yacht, Wise Scarlet, and Velvet Song coming down the middle. At the 300-metre mark, Ladies of Wino's gone. Yellow Cab got to the front. Our Silver Jan is the danger. And further out, here's Velvet Song. Velvet Song finishing quickly, and so too is Not Political getting home down the outside. Our Silver Jan took the lead from Velvet Song, and Not Political. Our Silver Jan in front of Velvet Song, and Our Silver Jan has got the money. Our Silver Jan first. Nearly a length on the line, I think, Velvet Song.
4-1 favourite, Velvet Song 7s and Non-Political is 16s.
Our Silver Jan, an 8-year-old grey mare. Bill,
Yeah.
what do we want to say about the rest of them?
Look, let's get on to the last race in the card at Sandown.
Ballad out 2 lengths in front. Impressionism down the middle of the track is coming home well. Impressionism moved up now on the outside of Bush Ballad, and they're followed further back by Prodigious Girl, and then out Vito, and on the outside then at the head of the others in battling on was Handsome Sailor, but Impressionism's raced away now from Bush Ballad. Handsome Sailor at Vino. Arcadia from a long way back from Moyston, but Impressionism's won easily in the last, has got up to win from second placing, I think.
5-1, a good win, but to forget some of the form because the steward's report goes to about 4 pages, I think.
Yes, although Impressionism I thought was one of the very good wins on the program. First up since March. Obviously prepared well for this race, and it was a strong win. Gouch just timing his run. He got to about the 200-metre mark and just put paid to the opposition. Just too good.
OK, let's look at the extra double for the beating yesterday at Sandown Park. 4 and 1 paid $10.70. The daily double for 11 and 1 paid $92.30. The quadrella 1-8-5-1, $651.70. And the quad extra yesterday for 11, 5, 1 and 8 was a big $10,933.35. Well, we saw some interesting racing throughout the country on Saturday. Show County scored a nice first-up win in New South Wales. And Vo Rogue had its first start for the season up in Queensland. Now, Vo Rogue was in a race of 1,000 metres, which was considered much too short for it, but in the pre-post betting it was 5-1 on. It blew out in the betting to 11-8 on, and here's the last 400 or 500 metres of the race.
Flower Lad leading by 2 on Newington, but 6 to Rudy Red. Another length and a half to Vo Rogue, starting to be niggled at now by Smalley's going forward on the outside, and Hopeton Star last of all. Well, can he catch this leader? They straighten up, 350 metres to go. Mayflower Lad a length and a half in front. In second place, Newington Butts. 5 lengths to Vo Rogue on the outside of Rudy Red, and Small's gone for the whip on the champ, and he's starting to wind up now. It's Mayflower Lad in front of Newington Butts. Here he comes on the outside. The crowd's starting to roar for him. Can he get them? Can he what? Vo Rogue raced straight past Newington Butts, and he's bolted in. Vo Rogue by a length. Newington Butts second.
Well, he's won by a length at the finish, but you wouldn't want to be on him with counterfeit Frank Coins, would you, coming round the turn?
I think the bookies were having the last laugh when they allowed him to drift out to 11-8 on at about 200 metres from home. He wasn't in the race. He's got a massive future coming into this campaign now. Caulfield Cup they're talking about, I doubt it. Not 2,400 carrying top weight, thank you very much.
OK, plenty of racing this week. Darwin Cup, of course, is run on Monday. We go to Flemington on Wednesday, and it's Caulfield next Saturday, Roy.
Next Saturday, and just as we're closing, a very impressive win by the good 2-year-old, or 3-year-old now, Show County.
Footy. Gee whiz, there were some results yesterday. The panel will be here shortly to talk about it.